Hi everybody, Richard Utting from SharpshootingUK. I have been raving about the Atlas bipod, the versatility, the quality of the materials, the multi-position legs, the leg extensions which make it so versatile. Absolutely brilliant bipod. I have had a couple of niggles and I have sought to resolve them myself. And I'm sharing now. One of the things that bugs me slightly is that the picatinny attachment that goes on the stud, the sling stud, can sometimes, even if you do it up fairly tight with the little screws, these ones, can, when you're twisting the rifle about in the field, the thing will turn under the stock slightly, which bugs the hell out of me. So what I've done is I have taken the picatinny adapter off, ground the anodizing off and roughened it up. Okay, dead easy. You can do it on a brick, do it on a sanding wheel, do it with your Leatherman, whatever. Get the paint off, okay, roughen it up, and then when you do it up, so your sling stud is going into here and it's pulling against that up onto the stock. The roughened edges help it stop it moving like that, and if you glue along here and here just as you do it all up, then whatever torque you put on it in the field stays in position. So that's part one. Part two is that as much as I like the controlled panning and tilting and the range of movement of the Atlas, I have previously said that I felt that it was globally too firm. You undo this clever nut there, oh, such lovely quality. You undo that and it gets looser, you do it up and it clamps up to the point where the movement that way and that way on the ball joint under there gets harder or softer. And my slight complaint was that as a shooter who likes the recoil to come straight back and to be able to manage it on uneven terrain, I like the recoil quite loose. I like the bipod quite loose, and I've therefore previously preferred the Versapods. I found that the Atlas was slightly too firm for my liking, and I was hoping that they would bed in, and I found other ways of getting the recoil cycle how I wanted it by playing with the rear, which I've put in previous videos. Well, I've found a simpler way. Under here on the bottom is a little rubber cap. Prise that off, which is just a matter of putting a knife under it and prising it off. There is a tension screw nut, call it what you will. Rifle safe, no bolt. Where are we? There you go. So that's the tension knurled ring at the bottom. Covers off, and there's your nut. See the shim stack there. Do that up, say half a turn. You're probably invalidating your warranty, but that's not my problem. And all of a sudden, it won't fall over, but that is way gentler than it was before. I've done it up a little bit. You'll have to experiment. If I now tighten this up, which is this way, okay, that's nice and tight. It's, oh, that's good and tight, that. So it's still as tight as before, in my opinion. Really, you're talking about that and on the ball joint, not necessarily the articulation here, because that's determined by the detent in the groove here. Anyway, I digress. So that's firm, and you undo it. There you go, to the extreme here, and we are, well, take my word for it, guys, that's probably half the tension it had before. Got to say now, that the Atlas gets my 120% A-OK, get one bought today recommendation now, because being able to adjust that global spread of tension in the legs, in that ball joint, means you can customize it how you want it, which means you can make it suit your shooting all the way to the bank and still have that lovely range on the adjuster. I am made up that I've been able to do that. For your information, 10mm. Okay, give it a little play. Obviously, if you break it, take it apart, drop it, cut your hand, too bad. You know, do this at your own risk. It's an expensive piece of kit. Have a care, okay? But what I'm saying is that you can adjust globally the tension of the adjuster, and that, for me, makes it looser, and that pleases me no end. And as I say, this one here, just rough it up a bit, and it will stick better. Again, if you cut your stock, damage your stock with the glue, stick your fingers together, don't sue me. But these are things that can help you get the very best out of what is already superlative kit from Atlas. Keep tuned. Thanks for listening.